when you've had a binge, it's because something has really riled you up, and you're upset, and there's conflicting feelings. You know how sometimes one feeling doesn't seem like it belongs next to another? Like you can love a person and hate the person at the same time, or you can want to go and be afraid to go. You can feel really confident about something, and yet you feel so insecure. When these feelings clash, that is that's like a swamp for bacteria binging. It's that's kind of gross, but it is. It's that collision of feelings that don't go with each other, and I've noticed that about myself. And so when that happens, I just have to know that this is a really hard thing. What's hard for me might be so ridiculously simple to you. You can't even imagine why I'd get upset about something like that. And I may listen to something that you're upset about and think, well, get over it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You are reacting. And so when you have that binge, it's so important for you to dissect it and to really understand what it's about, because there is a choice to make. Not about binging. The choice is about that very situation. And there's so many discussions that we can have about that, because like anger, when you're that angry and you are ruminating and you're binging, you know what's behind that is terrible sadness. Terrible pain is always behind a binge. And so if I can get you, the reason I told you before that sometimes as your friend, I want you to feel like crap, the worse you feel, the better, is because you're grieving your feelings. And it's so important to do that. Who's going to give that to you if you don't give it to yourself? And it's honest. It's honest. I want you to be honest with yourself. Life is not always pretty. And we are not always pretty. We have really ugly thoughts that we don't like to have, but we have them, But I think it's fascinating. It's a fascinating exploration of who we are, to look at the feelings, look at the anger, look at our responses, look at the things that we're saying. My God, I mean, like, yikes, like evil, What's it taking us back to? What's it repeating from our past? What is there jealousy? Is there wanting to own somebody? Is there feeling so slighted and rageful? I mean, I can be an animal sometimes. I can't believe some of the thoughts that come in. But when I go to that place, I swear to you, I challenge myself, because I don't want to be that person. And I'm not that person, but I have those feelings. So if you can look at a binge as a mess of feelings and kind of separate them out so that you understand them, once you do that, you will calm down. Maybe you'll cry. Maybe you'll be depressed, because sometimes the feelings can be depressing. But it's okay, because then if you always know that once you get through the feelings, well, later that afternoon, you're going to be laughing about something. And so anytime you get depressed, anytime I get depressed, and there are times where I get so depressed that I think, I don't know even how to go on living as me. Like, it's so hard to be me, But then I remember, wait, I'm not always me, that me. Sometimes I'm another me. Sometimes I'm a really happy me and a fun me and a wonderful me. And then there's other times I'm not. So if you always know when you're feeling that bad, or when you're binging that badly, that there will be days you're not binging. And every day that you don't binge means that you are capable of living without binging. That means that you can live days, weeks, months, and years without binging. And it also means that if you do binge, so what? You have a coping mechanism now that gets you back on track. So forgive a binge, indulge, and indulging is different than binging. Indulging is just enjoying food too much, a little too rich, You don't need that second helping, but you're going to have it because it just tastes really good and you want to. And then the next day, you go light. You go light. It's common sense. It's always common sense. And it is taking care of yourself the way you would take care of someone else. Because we bingers, we are caretakers. We take very good care of other people. And sometimes we are binging because we think that food is the only way that we can take care of ourselves. It's immediate, it tastes great, it's wonderful, but it is so not taking care of ourselves. It's actually mean.